Hello everyone, my name is Bong Wei Jie. I am a student from Curtin's University Sarawak and this is my first video for my final year project 1 in the area of blockchain. The topic which I have chosen is blockchain in drug industry. I will be giving a brief explanation of blockchain and I will not be going in depth in this video. The purpose of this video is to get the general idea and basic knowledge of blockchain before diving deeper into blockchain knowledge. The contents which I will be talking about in this video include introduction to blockchain, background of blockchain, advantages of blockchain, disadvantages of blockchain, blockchain use cases in drug industry, my upcoming second video, and references used in this video. Blockchain has become widely used and many theories for blockchain applications have surfaced over the last decade. A huge number of companies have already started implementing blockchain technology in their businesses in order to test its limits. So far, blockchain technology has been living up to the expectations of many and has been able to implement itself into various industries. However, a question remains. Will blockchain technology pave a way for society to a better world? Or is it simply a mainstream technology which is used in the heat of the moment and will be abandoned in the coming future? The purpose of this project is to create a blockchain solution for issues related to drug industry and to analyze the benefits blockchain can bring to society. So, what is blockchain? Blockchain is a suite of distributed ledger technologies that can be programmed to record and track anything of value through utilizing decentralized network to create many different kinds of networks. What is a decentralized network? A decentralized network is where no third-party organization exists and people engage in fair transactions in a secure and unbreakable network. So, what are the uses of blockchain? Blockchain is commonly used in buying and selling of digital currencies, otherwise known as bitcoins. Advantages of blockchain. Blockchain is decentralized, meaning there is no third-party organization. Empowered users. Users are in control of their data. Ecosystem simplification. It reduces complexities of ledgers. Reliable security thanks to proof of work, nodes present in blocks, cryptographic hash, and genesis block. Transparency. Information are visible to all. Traceability. Data can be easily tracked to source. High quality data. Data is usually complete, consistent, timely, precise, and widely available. Durability, reliability, and longevity. It does not have central point of failure and is able to withstand cyber attacks. Disadvantages of blockchain. High energy consumption. Huge amount of computer power is usually needed. Protocol updates, soft fork and hard fork. The nodes which is operating using old software will not be able to accept transactions in the new chain. This new chain is made of the same history as the chain, based on the old software, and it is called the fork. There are also two kinds of fork, the soft fork and the hard fork. A soft fork is a fork where updated versions of the protocol are backwards compatible with previous versions. A hard fork change is difficult. A hard fork is a change of the Bitcoin protocol that is not backward compatible with older versions of the client. High capital costs. A huge sum of money is needed in order to build up the miner. Uncertain regulatory status. Third parties and centralized authorities exist. Limited scalability. Can only process small fraction of transactions. Lacks ease of use. It is only understood by a small number of experts. Requires end-user friendly interfaces as with any other web applications. No data deletion allowed. It can only update data and no data can be tampered. Complex private key management. potential loss of digital identity and loss of access to own data, and finally, limited processing power. Blockchain use cases in drug industry. Use of applications of blockchain in drug industry include patents and intellectual property, which is the generation of intellectual property, usually through the production of patents such as composition of matter linked to utility. Genomic data management. Feedback from the clinic to target identification and validation. Raw and refined research data files relates to the growing issue of file tampering. Clinical trials is a breakthrough in through using the application of blockchain, which support for the area of clinical trials and the supply chain comprising pharma, physician, patient data. Clinical trials start with initial human testing on healthy volunteer, followed by testing in a large group of patients to establish safety and efficacy. Today, the world of clinical trials is complex and extremely murky to say the least. It's currently estimated that 50% of clinical trials go unreported and investigators often fail to share their study results. In effect, this ends up creating crucial safety issues for patients and also resulting in knowledge gaps for healthcare stakeholders and health policy makers. However, the arrival of blockchain enabled time-stamped immutable records of clinical trials, protocols, and results could potentially address the issues of outcome switching, data snooping, and selective reporting, thus reducing incidents of fraud and error in clinical trials records. Moreover, blockchain-based healthcare systems could end up helping drive unprecedented collaboration between participants and researchers around innovation in medical research fields like precision medicine and population health management. Electronic signatures. Any technology that can make digital signing and identity confirmation more secure and certain, and so make fraud and identity misappropriation less likely, will make the discovery and marketing of the drugs that are prescribed to patients more trustworthy and more trusted. Pharmaceutical supply chain and counterfeit drug problems. Counterfeit drugs do not contain the active ingredients that are supposed to and consequently can harm patients. The supply chain in the pharmaceutical industry is complicated, with drugs changing ownership from manufacturers to distributors, repackagers, and wholesalers before reaching the customer. There is little to no visibility for manufacturers throughout the supply chain to track authenticity. Consequences include the counterfeit drug problem and efficient processes for conducting recalls and returns processing. These inefficiencies result in financial losses and loss of trust with consumers. The blockchain could be a platform to increase trust and transparency, with customers being able to track pharmaceutical products throughout the supply chain. The packaging of a drug could be scanned by a barcode anytime if the drug changes ownership. Only trusted organizations are granted access to write on the blockchain. The record is delivered on the blockchain in real time. Manufacturers and end customer can scan the barcode and see the history. Optimally, the platform ensures drug identification, tracing, verification, and notification in case an illegitimate drug is found. Cybersecurity and healthcare IoT. Due to the poor IT infrastructure, network security implementation in the enterprises means that there are numerous unreported network breaches taking place every year across the globe, endangering organizations and individual personal data perpetrated by external hackers and internal attackers. Claims adjudication and patient billing management. Current existing patient billing management systems are at best complex and prone to manipulation by the service providers. Today, an estimated 50% of healthcare costs are fraudulent, resulting from excessive billing or billing for non-performed services. The advent of blockchain-powered healthcare systems is expected to provide realistic solutions for minimizing the medical billing-related frauds. through automation of the majority of the claim adjudication and payment processing activities. That is, blockchain systems would help eliminate the need for intermediaries and thus reduce the administrative costs and time for providers and payers. Let's imagine, think about a world where people don't need to fear about getting robbed or having their unnecessary purses or wallets stolen, all because they have blockchain. More in-depth blockchain workings will be explained in the next video. Here are the references I used in this video. Thank you.